Hi, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can tell from the title, in this video, I will be talking about who I am. And I guess there's a very simple kind of answer to that question. And the simple answer would just be that I am me, right? But I guess, you would go deeper into that and ask, well, what does being me, mean, right? I'll start off by saying, really, there is nothing too special about me, at least not in my opinion. Everything's opinionated. To me, there's nothing that special about me. And the reason, mainly why I'm making this video and saying this just in general is because I woke up this morning, right? And, sometimes you feel me, I like to go on the comments of the channel, after doing a couple other stuff for the day, go on the comments on the channel and I see what people are saying about the videos or about the music that I was reacting to. And I, of course, after every reaction video, if you've seen my reactions, I always ask, what's your opinion on this song? Right? I always go in the comments. I, like to hear that. Or, there'll be people talking about my reaction, saying they like my reaction or something like that. And I'll go and, see those. Maybe I'll, leave a heart on the thing, on the comment. But, every once in a while, I'll get comments on the channel of people kind of complaining about my reactions, which I've kind of learned to kind of accept that that's going to be a thing that just happens on the channel. I mean, it happens with every YouTube channel that exists. There'll always be the one person that trashes on your videos. And usually the comments that trash on my videos are usually just people that are annoyed at the fact that I rewind a bunch of times while reacting to a song, or I talk a lot, or something like that. But I had gotten a specific comment that was different, right, from the rest. It wasn't about just me pausing or rewinding. It was more about the kind of things that I was saying in my reactions. As you guys know, when I do react, I do talk a lot, right? And maybe you guys have noticed this. Of course, I've noticed it. I acknowledge it. I'm a very repetitive speaker, right? If you can go through all of my any of my videos, I'm saying a lot of the same kind of things. And that's just due to the fact that, I guess when I react, I have a kind of very limited amount of words that I feel like fit with what I'm thinking, right? I can't really say more than just regular things, right? And that's just mainly because I'm just a regular person. I just say things that come to my mind. So the person, and I'll tell you where to find the specific comment. If you go to my Hearts to Hearts style reaction, and there's a comment on there, and there's a couple replies under that comment that I replied on. You can click that and kind of see the entire conversation I had with the person. But the main thing, at least with their original comment, was basically saying that none of the things that I was saying when I reacted had any substance, and it was boring for them to watch, right? Which, it's an opinion, right? But then they went more into, I need to do a simple reaction to get more viewers or get more people to like my videos or something like that. And of course, like I said, you can read the entire conversation, but that just kind of, I guess, rubbed me off a little wrong, because in my mind, there's not a simple way to do a reaction. I mean, you can go to all the different reaction videos on the platform and everybody reacts differently. And I know what you guys are going to say. You need to, ignore comments like that. There are always going to be people that are going to say something about your reaction and stuff like that. But I wanted to kind of address the comment specifically, and, maybe not just that comment, but just the kind of idea that there should be more substance in the things that I am saying in my video, right? Whether you think the things that I'm saying when it comes to pointing out certain things like the music, sound, melodies, whatever, something, or like even points in the music videos that I watch, whether you think that has substance is completely up to you. Like I said, everything is opinionated, everything is subjective. What you think makes sense to you and, comes off better to you is completely your own opinion and, everything like that. Right. So obviously that was that person's opinion. And usually opinions like that, I really kind of need to learn to kind of just brush that off, because I don't ask for opinions about my reactions. Of course, you can give me your opinions about my reactions. Sure, I ask for opinions about the thing that I'm reacting to. But I know, like I said, there will always be people that give their opinion on my reaction, whether it's a negative or positive opinion. And I definitely do need to ignore that. For me, myself, I am very hard on myself, I guess, that I would say, in terms of when it comes to creating things like a video or a song or something like that. When I'm very hard on myself. So when I saw that comment, I started to second guess my reactions, even though there's been many people that have said that they like my reactions. I saw the comment and I started to second guess myself, but I don't know if it was some type of just sign or just something, that was meant to happen or something like that. But after I saw that comment and I started to think about everything and, all the replies that I was giving them or something like that, a video had gotten posted by someone that I watch and that I've been watching for years. If you guys are into gaming or any type of, funny stuff on YouTube, know the, creator by the name of Corey X Kenshin. He makes gaming videos, right? Does all the funny stuff. And he had made a video called I Am Just a Regular Guy. And it kind of resonated with me, especially after seeing that comment and kind of overthinking, my reaction style. What that video allowed me to kind of realize, just by, what Corey was saying in that video and how he was kind of going about, addressing certain things, that his community or other people might have been complaining about, is the main theme of the video. I'm just a regular guy. And I took from that video and I was like, that is very true. Now, there are YouTubers that have multiple different professions or backgrounds or anything, but under everything, we are all just regular people. Even viewers like you are just regular people. And I wanted to kind of address that and kind of relate it to that comment, because when it comes to being a regular guy, I am probably the most regular guy there is. Going back to the title of the video, who am I? Right? Of course, I won't tell you my actual name, but my actual name is not Tobin. The way it is spelled that's how you pronounce it, Tobin, right? Maybe I will in the future, but right now, just you guys know me as Tobin. But I noticed when I started the channel, I kind of just told you guys why I would be starting the channel and just kind of started doing reactions. But you guys don't know anything about me besides me just wanting to discover new music, right? So I wanted to tell you guys just a bit about that, just to kind of combat the thinking that there should be more than what there is on the channel. I am a guy that has loved music since I can remember. I remember, singing and, just listening along to music, whether it be, music that was played by my parents or just people around me. I remember, being told to sing in front of a bunch of, family members that I had and stuff like that. I had a lot of people in my life tell me that, I have a gift for singing. I think my singing is very average, but I have had a lot of people say that I was good. So, the music has just been a thing that, I liked my entire life. And the thing is, and I don't know if anybody else has this thing with music, I feel like there's certain songs that kind of fit with a certain part of your life. Like for me, there are certain genres that I have listened to throughout my entire life that have just changed each time. And when I hear that genre of music, I always think of that point in my life, because I've listened to many genres throughout my life. and discovered things that I liked, you things that I might not like anymore, or not like as much anymore, or things that I like even more than I did before. My favorite music genre now, R&B. That is a genre that I grew up listening to, but I never put it on myself until I was about maybe like 13, 14 years old, and I started actually really liking R&B, right? But between the ages of like when I was really young, I was all into the pop and, you feel me, the rock sound and stuff, all of that. But I started to get more into R&B again because that's what I listened to. That's what my parents had played when I was, really little or whatever. And I think that just had an influence on that. But that's basically my entire musical history. It's just listening and liking music my entire life. Maybe going a little deeper into it. I took chorus classes in school, right? In elementary school, that was kind of a mandatory thing. Everybody had a chorus class. I signed up for chorus classes in middle school and did the chorus classes in middle school. Mainly the classes were just, learning a song, learning your part in the song, singing the song at a little, like, chorus concert recital or something like that. And I got into that for a couple years, stopped doing it, then started doing it again, and doing that. And I think maybe those classes probably helped me out in terms of my voice and, kind of developing that more. I don't know if that was just a natural thing that happened or because I took the classes. I don't know, right? But did that. Started to get more into kind of instrument things, right? Rather than just the singing, paying attention to the sound of what I'm hearing. And that's how I started to get into really liking piano, which you guys can see there's a keyboard in the back. I'm not the most professional piano player, ever, right? I self-taught, literally self-taught how to play that, and I don't even play it the best. I play very simple things. So, and of course, practicing here and there, trying to get more kind of good at it, but I'm not the best at it. And then I think at the age of about 13 or 14, I started to write my own music in terms of lyrics for songs. Maybe sometimes I'd write, instrumental melodies or whatever, nothing too serious. But everything I did was just me specifically. I never did anything that was going to, a professional school about certain things. I am nowhere near educated on all the music. I can't tell you what all the scales and different chords and all the stuff, the Phrygian, whatever. I don't know what any of that is. The only reason why I know some of those words is because I watch a reaction channel by the name of React to the K, one of the best reaction channels on the platform, in my opinion, because those are actual educated musical people, and I love their reactions. I think their reactions are very informative because, as a person that loves music, a casual person that loves music, it informs me about certain things, right? When I, hear certain sounds, maybe I'll reference back to their video and be like, oh, okay, that was that thing that they were talking about. Or, they might hear something in a song and it might make more sense the way they describe it and what's going on in the song. And I love that 100%. But for me personally, I'm not that person that is, professional in any of that. When I do, dance practice reactions or anything like that, I'm not professional in dance. Do you have people like that on YouTube that do reactions? They're professional dancers or whatever, or even music videos. Not a film producer, editor, none of that. Jordan Orm, he does, editing stuff. I love watching his stuff too. I'm not any of that. I'm not dancer reacts. I'm not editor reacts. I'm not singer reacts. I'm not musician, whatever reacts. I am me, Tobin reacts, which brings me back to the point of my stuff having no substance. Is like, it's true, but only if you think it's true, right? If it has no substance to you specifically, then it makes sense, right? To me, when I react to when I do this channel, I don't do it to put out substance adding on to the thing that I'm watching. I do it to simply put out the opinion that I may have, my thoughts that I may have on the song or songs that I'm, reacting to. And it's as simple as that. The main reason why I do that, why I decided to do this, is one, to discover, new music, new sounds that I might not have heard before, something like that. And, two, to connect to other people that are like me, just simple music lovers, right? I love music so much to the point where I won't even say a song is trash or bad. You can literally go on any of my videos on my channel and you can see I've never called a song trash. I've never called a song bad. I don't think I've ever even said I don't like a song. I think I've always said something around the lines of, oh, I probably wouldn't listen to this song, or the song is not my vibe. I love music that much that I do not think that any song is bad, because there's always one person, at least one, there's 8 billion people in the world, at least one person that will love that song. It'll be their number one song on repeat every day, every hour, something like that. This is why I don't think any song is bad. This is how much I love music, because I believe that there are different sounds and different combinations that you can put together to make something that actually sounds good to somebody. Even if it doesn't sound the best to me or you, it sounds good to somebody, right? That's how much I love music. And that is simply the only aspect of me as a musical reactor on this platform. I just sit here and I say the things that I like about the music, or what's standing out to me with the limited knowledge or limited words that I know about music, right? It might not be the most educational things, whatever, about the music. It's literally just me pointing out things that stand out to me. And I wanted to share that with multiple people in the world, because I know that there are a lot of people in the world. I'm a person that kind of accepts everybody in the world, no matter what you are, what you like, whatever. I want to talk about the thing that I like the most in this world with a lot of people. And that was the goal, and still is the goal for this channel, is to talk about music with people that, is all around the world. I mean, that's the kind of the good thing about YouTube and just the internet, just in general, is that you can communicate with people that you wouldn't be able to communicate with face to face, just online, right? I mean, there's people from multiple different countries that have, sent things in my comments talking about the music and how they love it. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that without this, right? I wouldn't be able to do that just normally, right? I'm gonna be, I'll get, real deep and honest with you. I have no friends IRL, legit. And, I'm not even, just saying that. I literally have no friends, like, at all. Nobody that, I went to school with in the past, or anything that I, met IRL. I don't go out much, really. I don't talk to people online other than the people in my comments, right? But even before then, I just really didn't comment on anything or talk to anybody. I just don't have friends. So I decided, why not try to make some friends on YouTube or something like that, or in the comments, maybe not friends, but at least people that have a similar interest as me, right? That is and will always be the main goal for this channel. I do this for fun. I don't do this to put out the most amazing commentaries that has the great substance and stuff like that. I'm not here to educate anybody on what's going on in the music or song or whatever. I don't know truthfully, because I'm not any of that. I'm not, I don't know. I'm not a producer or, any of that. I don't know any vocal technique, none of that. I just tell you what I like and what I don't like. And I point out things that stand out to me. That's literally all my reactions are. And, I hope people can acknowledge that. I'm mainly making this video just to kind of tell you that, if you didn't know already. I don't want you to come to my channel and expecting the most amazing reactions ever. If you find my reaction boring, then it is what it is. The next person might not think the same way, or maybe they will. My channel is not for that, to try to figure out, oh, what's boring to you guys or what's not, right? And I think I'm mainly making this video also for myself, because I need to kind of go back to acknowledging that. I think at one point I started to think of this channel like it's something that's a job for me or something like that, when truthfully it's not. It's something that I'm doing for fun. And if I try to think of it like it is a job, that like it is something that I have to do, that I'm obligated to do, or something like that, then I start to not have any fun anymore. And I'm going to start doing that, right? So I want to tell you right now that whatever I put out on this channel, whether it's, doing reacting the same way I'm going to do it, it's most likely just going to be just doing reacting, right? Because I enjoy doing it. Like I said, I might do it same style I do it now. I might do it a different way. I might do it some ways you might like. I might do the reacting some ways that you might not like, right? Whatever it is, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it the way I like to do it, because that's how fun it is for me. And you can give your thoughts in the comments on whether or not you like what I'm doing. But mainly, I would love, for you to go in the comments and discuss with me about the music that I'm reacting to. I mean, this is why I created the channel in the first place. But of course, I can't control what you comment, so I won't try to anymore, right? I need to acknowledge that you can't control what people are going to say about you and your, content online. You decide to put yourself in front of a camera, people are just going to say anything. I have the confidence enough to put myself on the camera. I can talk to a camera any day. Like, I'm not shy or anything about that. I'm talking to a camera, but of course, you guys are ultimately seeing this, right? But, I'm not shy about anybody seeing that. And I think I need to acknowledge that fact. I need to acknowledge the fact that I'm not here to try to turn this into something that everybody is going to need to like. I'm not trying to gain new viewers. This channel could have 10 viewers that are going to discuss to me about music that they like and that they don't like, and we're going to have a debate about certain things maybe here and there, and I'd be just fine. Literally. I made the channel for that reason, specifically, just to discuss about music. And, I have the Patreon, of course, that discuss things kind of deeper into music. Maybe I might do like a, show reaction or something like that. I've kind of branched off into doing certain things. Maybe I actually want to start, maybe doing gaming in the future. I love games and stuff like that. I love playing games and all that. If you guys would like to see videos like that, I could do that as well. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to just address the fact that I am just me making a channel. You can subscribe, unsubscribe, do whatever you want. It's just the channel. Literally right now, of course, and I think the reason I started to take this more seriously than I needed to is because of how fast the channel grew. I didn't expect it to grow this fast. And I was like, oh, there's, a lot more people than I thought actually liking my stuff. So I started to try to become a people pleaser for some reason, to try to get more. It became a thing that I started to get attached to way too much, and I needed to treat this more like a hobby, right? And I stopped doing that. And ultimately it just, for my mental, it just hasn't worked out well. So I am changing that and going back to the beginning, not how I do things. I might still do it the same way I do them now, still do it the way I enjoy doing them, but just in terms of the mindset going into it. The channel started off, growing huge, and it's slowed down a bit. There's points in the channel that, there's been a fast growth and there's been a slow point. Right now it's in a slow point, and recently I've been kind of worrying about that. It's like certain sequences have happened to just it's interesting, right? Because the channel started to slow down and I started to worry, right? Then the comment came, and then I started to be hard on myself and think about, this person is right. I'm not giving any substance at all. I need to change something, blah, blah, blah. And then Corey's video came out. And then I was like, when that video came out, I started to be like, okay, right? And I think that's happened for a reason. I believe a lot of things happen for a reason. I think, everything happens for a reason. Those sequences of events for me happened for a reason. I think I needed to realize the mindset of just being me, just sharing my opinion on the platform, just needs to be what the channel is. And I have now realized that. And through realizing that, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to tell you guys that that's what I realize, and tell you guys that I don't care what you guys think about my videos, whether you like them or don't like them. You guys can tell me if you guys do like my videos or don't like my videos, but I'm gonna just tell you right now, I don't care. What I care about is your opinion on music. But I just wanted to tell you that, especially because I started to take this channel a little too seriously, and maybe other people has as well. I don't know. I feel like the person that commented that started to take my channel a little too seriously, and that's why they commented that. And I don't know, it was just like weird energy. I am now, retconning that, fixing it, right? I am telling you guys who I am. I am Tobin. I am here to give my opinions on music and other things, and that's it. There's no substance that's supposed to be put out other than me just doing this for fun and you guys knowing my opinion on certain things. Simple opinions too. It's not, don't expect crazy, opinions going deep into stuff. It's really just simple opinions that at the surface of everything. So I just want you guys to kind of acknowledge that and assess where you want to move forward in terms of watching my videos on the channel, right? It's as simple as that. All the people that have supported me on this channel and even the Patreon and will continue to support, I love you guys 100%. I thank you for helping me kind of fulfill my goal to connect to people. And I will continue to make this, and whether this channel continues to grow or not, whether, the Patreon continues to grow or not. The Patreon is just mainly a thing for me to upgrade the channel, because I do enjoy doing this, and I want to upgrade it because I think watching a higher quality video is probably more entertaining than watching something that's a little low quality. So of course that's the main kind of use for the Patreon, and then other stuff, of course, I do want to make this an actual thing, right? Probably not, job wise right now. This is not nowhere near job wise. I do not earn anything from the channel. Specifically, I do not earn anything from the channel. I earn stuff for the Patreon, from the Patreon, which again, thank you so much for all the Patreon people, 100%. But the stuff I earn over there is mainly for this channel, strictly mainly for this channel. But other than that, it's not enough. Even if I didn't do it strictly for the channel, it's nowhere near enough to live off of. Okay. So I'm not doing this as a job. It could turn into it, but I'm not expecting that at all, at least not anytime soon. Like this is entertainment for me. It's a form of entertainment for me, and I hope it's a form of entertainment for you guys. That is the way I wanted to connect. I wanted to connect just through forms of entertainment, right? I know there'll always be people on the internet that'll talk trash about reaction videos and just the whole concept of reaction videos in general, because of the fact that what you're basically doing is taking somebody else's content and putting it in a video and giving your opinions about it. It's very simple. I don't expect this to be a thing that, to be successful off of. I just wanted this because I want to connect to other people, and this is why people watch reaction videos, I'm pretty sure, as well, because you hear other people's opinions. I mean, I hope that's the reason that you watch reaction videos. Think of me as a regular reaction person that just watches videos and songs and gives my opinion on it. Do not think of me as dancer, singer, editor reacts. I'm just Tobin, regular guy. So yeah, 100%. This is just what I wanted to make the video about, right? Who I am as me. I hope you guys enjoyed this and my kind of just spiel about my thing. If you guys do have any thoughts about how you guys want me to kind of move forward with the channel in terms of how I do my reactions, I am freely open to that. I mean, I still like to at least give you guys videos that will be entertaining to you. So if you guys have any specific things that you guys think I should kind of implement in my reactions to make them a little more entertaining, I can definitely do that. It's not like it's impossible to change anything, right? So if you have any opinions on that matter, feel free to leave those. Feel free to leave any comment that you want. Honestly, that's the freedom of YouTube. You can literally leave any comment that you want on the channels. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys continue to enjoy my reactions. If you have thus far, continue to support or not support, it doesn't matter. In the true grand scheme of things, do what you like. All I hope is that you connect with me as I have tried to connect with you guys on this thing. Also, just a little note and message I wanted to kind of add is always be unapologetically you. Do not change yourself for somebody else. The way you see yourself is the most important. Everybody will always have different perspectives on how they see you, how they see something you might do. What is the most important is how you see it. Be confident about who you are and do not move for anybody else or change for anybody else. That is the message for this. Be who you are as I am being who I am. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.